Personal space? I don't have any. I'm the mother of a 3-year-old. Now, all the parents in here just went, oh. But for those of you who don't have a tiny human running in your squad, let me explain it to you. I rarely get the luxury of going to the bathroom alone. When I take a shower, my daughter is sitting on the closed toilet seat, playing doctor with her toys or singing sing-alongs. A solo Target run feels like a vacation to me. I very recently stopped nursing, so I just got those back. And do you ever feel like somebody's following you? So imagine that, except there actually is a small person following you, ready to slam into your butt if you stop too soon, or ready to step on your flip-flop and trip you if you start walking too slow. My entire life completely revolves around my daughter Kaya, and I wouldn't trade it for all the treasure in the entire world. You see, as difficult and as draining as parenting is, as many times as my patience gets tested, and as many uh-ohs and mommies that I hear a day, it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. Our kids make us want to be better people. Our kids help us to appreciate the little things in life, and our kids show us a love that is inexplainable and can not be matched. It's unparalleled. Don't get me wrong. My daughter not responding to me calling her name for the 5th time turns me from fairy godmother to evil stepmother like that. So before becoming a mom, I smoked cigarettes. I had no ambition in life. My house was in this constant state of disaster, and all I cared about was making enough money to pay my bills. I was just inhabiting space. But as soon as I read that positive pregnancy test, I didn't pick up another cigarette. My motivation became her. She makes my life worthwhile because I want to make it worthwhile. I'm working towards a degree that I love that will make it to where I can support my family and I can spend time with them. What an odd concept. Kaya is a constant factor in every decision that I make, and I make better decisions because of it. It's not always the easiest decision or the right decision, but hey, I give it all I got. I try not to let the little things in life pass me by now that I'm in charge of somebody else's. As a parent, you suddenly learn how to appreciate small things. Sometimes it's out of watching your child develop from this tiny little tadpole into this walking, talking, opinion-having human. And each milestone of their life is this mind-blowing experience for you. Steve, my daughter's dad, and my honey, as Kaya refers to him, he likes to use the phrase, "When did she start doing that?" To which I usually reply, "When did she become such a little adult?" Fighting back tears, of course. Other times you are forced to appreciate something because it blows your little kid's mind. So we have an interesting perspective as parents. So we're not experiencing things as ourselves. We're not experiencing things as our kids. We're experiencing things as our kids are experiencing them. And we're caught in this magical in-between space where we're in awe of them, but we're equally in awe of what they're fascinated by. My family and I recently went to a Cirque du Soleil show, and the show was great, don't get me wrong, but I was much more interested with watching my daughter's reaction, her facial expressions, her remarks she would make the entire time. That was really the spectacle. And equally so, she gets excited when she sees an airplane. So I'm very well trained. Even when she's not in the car, I'm driving alone, I'll see an airplane and I go, "Oh, look, an airplane," for no one to hear. Love makes you do crazy things, though. And that's really the biggest way that my child has changed my life. It's the biggest way that parenthood changes you. I loved before Kaya. I loved my parents. I loved my sisters. I had fallen in love with Steve. I have friends who I love dearly and I cherish close to my heart. But the crazy, irrational mama bear love that ignites the moment you become a parent, it's unmatched and impossible to fully explain because it's impossible to fully comprehend. The love that I have for my daughter is stronger than any moral that I have and any belief system that I have. I would fall from grace for my daughter without thinking twice. The love I have for my daughter has mended any heartache that I have felt in the past, and it's a change that I didn't think I would ever experience. It's a change I owe to her, and it's a change that I owe to becoming her mother. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like she chose me as her mommy. When she came into my life, she flipped it upside down, and she made it right in doing so. I'm a better, more observant, more loving person because of that little girl. So personal space, yeah, it's nice, but I know there's going to come a day where my 3-year-old will be a teenager and want nothing to do with me. So I'm going to enjoy this invasion of privacy while I still can.